Hey everyone, and welcome back. Ever catch yourself scrolling through those online reviews? Like, kind of obsessing over every single star and comment?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
We're going deep today on why those little stars can seriously make or break your business.
It's amazing how much we rely on those digital thumbs ups these days. It's like the modern day word of mouth.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's deep dive. It's not just about, like, feeling good or getting a little ego boost.
Right.
We're talking about serious cash.
Absolutely.
The three-pack. Remember those top 3 spots on Google search results?
Oh, yeah. Prime real estate.
They get over 52% of all clicks. Everyone else is left fighting over scraps.
It's like trying to open a shop in a busy city center. You want to be front and center, not tucked away in some back alley where no one can find you.
Exactly. And the research from System X Designs paints a pretty clear picture. Let's say you're a landscaper in Athens, Georgia.
Okay.
Someone searches Athens landscaping, and boom, the three-pack pops up right at the top.
Right.
Now, the company sitting in that top spot, the one with all those glowing reviews,
Yeah.
they're not just getting praise.
No.
They're tapping into a gold mine.
A gold mine. Yeah.
So let's break it down.
Yeah.
That search term gets, let's say, 100 searches a month.
Okay.
And each new client is worth $2,500.
Right.
That top spot is potentially looking at $130,000 in revenue
Wow.
every single month.
Every month.
Do that for a year, and you're talking about $1.56 million.
That's incredible.
It's mind-blowing, and that's just from one search term. Imagine dominating multiple relevant searches in your area.
Right. And that's really what it comes down to, visibility translating directly to revenue.
So how do we crack the code of the three-pack? It can't just be luck, right?
Definitely not. It takes a combination of smart SEO strategies and, of course, those all-important reviews. Google's algorithm is constantly changing, but one thing remains. Constant reviews are a major ranking factor.
But honestly, sometimes it feels like pulling teeth to get those reviews. You
Yeah,
hear things like, I'm too busy, or I don't know how.
Oh, I hear it all the time. It's a common obstacle.
So how do we overcome those obstacles without being annoying or pushy?
Right. It's about being strategic, making the process seamless and rewarding for everyone involved.
So less tooth pulling, more like a well-oiled machine.
Exactly. And that's where those gentle nudges we talked about come in. We'll dive into the specifics of that later, but I think that's a good place to stop for now.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after a quick break to dig into those gentle nudges. Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned. All right, so we all know getting those reviews can be huge for business.
Absolutely huge.
But how do we make it happen without, turning into that pushy salesperson everyone wants to avoid?
Yeah, nobody wants to feel pressured.
Right, exactly. It's about finding that balance.
That sweet spot.
Yeah, between encouraging those reviews and, respecting everyone's time. So think about it. A customer just had like a phenomenal experience with your business.
I'm picturing it.
They're happy, they're satisfied.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little bit in awe of how great you are.
They're skipping out the door.
Exactly. And that's the perfect moment to capitalize on those good vibes.
Definitely.
But you don't want to be like in their face about it.
Right.
So you just offer a subtle reminder.
Okay.
Like maybe a review us button on your website.
Oh, yeah.
Or a little call out in your email signature.
So it's like, hey, if you loved what we did, spread the love.
Exactly, but way more subtle.
Much more subtle.
Yeah, and for those who maybe need a little extra nudge,
Yeah.
we can get a bit more proactive.
Okay.
Things like automated email or text message campaigns.
Gotcha.
Not like spammy blasts, more
Yes.
like personalized messages that go out maybe a few days after a purchase or service.
So like a friendly little check-in.
Yeah.
But also reminding them, hey, reviews are important.
Exactly.
Okay, I like it.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
Not every experience is going to be perfect.
Of course not.
So what about those not so glowing reviews?
Yeah. How do we deal with those without, having a meltdown?
Right. Those negative reviews can feel like a punch to the gut,
Yeah.
but they're not always a bad thing.
Really?
Yeah, if you handle them the right way,
Okay.
they can actually boost your credibility.
Wait, so a bad review can be a good thing?
Think about it. No business is perfect, right?
True.
And potential customers know that.
Yeah.
When they see a couple less than perfect reviews mixed in with a bunch of positive ones,
Yeah.
it makes your business seem more real, more authentic.
So it's like, hey, we're human, we make mistakes, but we're also committed to fixing them.
Exactly. But of course, you don't just want to let those negative reviews just sit there.
Right.
Responding to them is so important.
Okay, so what's the secret to crafting the perfect response.
The key is to be prompt, professional, and genuine.
Okay.
Acknowledge their concerns, apologize for any inconvenience, and offer a solution.
So it's more about empathy and less about being defensive.
Right, and sometimes taking the conversation offline can be the best approach.
Offline.
Like, give them a direct line of communication, a dedicated email address or phone number,
Yeah, that makes sense.
so they can talk about their issues in more detail.
It shows you're taking them serious.
Exactly, and it avoids a public back and forth.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that.
Right.
Okay, so all of this sounds like a lot to handle.
I know it can feel overwhelming,
Yeah.
but don't worry, there are tools out there to help.
Oh, good. Tell me more about these tools.
They let you keep an eye on your reviews across multiple platforms.
Okay.
You can automate your review requests, even analyze sentiment and trends.
So it's like having a personal assistant for your online reputation.
Pretty much.
That takes a lot of the pressure off.
It does, and the best part is these platforms are always evolving, getting smarter and more sophisticated.
That's amazing.
It's like a secret weapon.
A secret weapon. I like it. But how do we know if all this effort is paying off?
You look at the data, things like the number of reviews you're getting, your average star rating, how those reviews are impacting your search ranking.
So it's about understanding the big picture.
Exactly, and making adjustments as you go.
Gotcha. So it's not just about collecting reviews like trophies.
Right, it's about making sure those reviews are working for you.
Bringing in new customers, boosting that bottom line.
Exactly.
It's all starting to make sense now. A systematic approach to online reputation management.
That's what it's all about.
But before we get too deep in the data weeds, let's switch gears for a second and talk about the psychology behind online reviews.
Okay.
Why do we trust them so much? What makes them so influential? We'll explore that right after this. All right, so we've talked about getting those great reviews and handling the not-so-great ones.
Yeah.
But let's get a little deeper.
Okay.
Let's talk about the psychology behind all of this.
Right.
Why do we as consumers put so much trust in what total strangers are saying online?
You know, it's funny, isn't it?
It is.
It all comes down to, I think, our need for social proof. Social proof.
We're kind of programmed to trust other people's opinions,
Yeah.
especially when we're not sure what to do.
Right, like when you're trying to pick a restaurant
Exactly.
and you see a huge line out the door.
Yeah, you think, okay, this place must be good.
If everyone else is here.
Exactly.
Online reviews, it's kind of the same thing.
It is. It's a validation.
Right.
It helps us feel more confident in our choices.
But it's more than just following the crowd, right? There's
Yeah.
something about online reviews that feels authentic.
Yeah.
Like we're getting the real deal from people who have nothing to gain or lose.
That's it. We see these reviews as coming from everyday people,
Real people.
not some fancy marketing campaign or paid spokesperson.
Yeah, it feels more genuine.
More trustworthy.
Exactly. And with all these different review platforms out there, businesses can't really fake it anymore.
Nope. Those glowing reviews, they have to be earned.
They have to be earned.
That's why it's so important to have a smart approach to review management.
Right.
It's not about tricking the system. No.
It's about showing off those genuine, positive experiences your customers are already having.
So it's like giving a voice to your happy customers.
Exactly.
Letting them share their love with the world.
And when you do that, you're not just building trust with potential customers.
Right.
You're also making that bond with your current customers even stronger.
So everyone wins.
Everyone wins.
But I think it's easy to get lost in the tools and the strategies.
Yeah.
And just chasing those 5-star ratings. Let's not forget about the human side of all this.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, it's about creating those amazing experiences for your customers.
Right. The kind of experiences that makes them want to tell everyone about it.
Exactly. And those are the reviews that are truly valuable.
The ones you can't buy.
You can't buy them.
They're authentic, they're heartfelt, and they're the best marketing you could ask for.
Couldn't agree more. I think that's a perfect note to end on.
Yeah.
Embrace the power of online reviews, but always remember the human connection behind them.
That's a great takeaway. Thanks for joining us today on this deep dive into the world of online reviews.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We hope you learned a thing or two and that you're feeling ready to make those stars work for you.
Absolutely.
That's it for us today. See you next time.